Hey guys, Teva here. We already covered Ice and Dragon Charge Blade builds on the previous video, so today we're going with Thunder. If you want to stay tuned for more builds, be sure to subscribe and turn that bell on, because I'm trying to upload once per day. Thunder also requires endgame materials, since you will need the Allmother and the bushy parts, so it's a bit harder to farm. But this can be used for a lot of builds, so why not have them anyway? Maybe you can check some Angbata cheese builds and get your materials quickly. By the way, you don't have to be more than Master Rank 10 to do any quest. You can just have a friend who is higher Master Rank than you and post the quest for you, and you can just join with Master Rank 10. Alright, let's get started. As always, I will show you 2 builds for a DPS and 2 builds for health regen, slightly more comfy, no charm and charm. For Charge Blade we're using the Narva, pretty much the strongest with no side grade. The Sinogre is the only other elemental Thunderfile Charge Blade, but has about 50% less element and 10% more raw damage and slots, which clearly makes a Narva still a winner. We're mostly going for at least 3 Narva or Bushy parts to get Storm Soul. Storm Soul boosts your Thunder and Dragon element by 15%. Additionally, a 4th part, because on level 4 it boosts every single armor skill by 1 level. This is even more efficient than having 2 other parts. The skills are Thunder Attack 5, Storm Soul 4, Weakness Exploit 3 for juicy melee SID hits, Guard 3, Chain Crit 3 for a massive file boost after chaining hits, Guard Up 2, Offensive Guard 2, Slugger 2, which is useless since elemental files do not apply any KO, but it comes with the armor. Load Shells 2 for instant 5 file charge with only yellow. Power Breaker comes for free. Flinch Free 2 comes also for free. And Rapid Morph 2 for some morph comfort. I literally forgot how it feels without playing a Rapid Morph. Decos used in this build are 1 bolt plus 2, 1 bolt plus 3, the hard one, 1 tenderizer and 2 magazine. The Rampage deco of choice is up to you, since there isn't really anything boosting element. You can go either with the anti-species depending on the matchup. For example, Aerial for Ceregius or Anti-Aquatic for Somnacamp. Or use Narva Soul and get the 15 to 20% affinity depending on how many Narva parts you're using. And now here's the version with the best in slot charm. Crit boost level 2, Weakness Exploit 2, 311. This allows us to max out Offensive Guard, Weakness Exploit, Rapid Morph, but also Crit Boost. Your element won't be affected, but your melee hits will hit quite harder. Decos used here are 2 magazine, 1 critical, 1 quick switch, 1 hard bolt, 2 bolt, and the Guardian. Moving on to build number 2, the health regen build. We could also go for the Election. I watched my older 2 build videos that I made for Element, starting to get very skeptic about their election, and since we need Narva parts, we sadly cannot go for health regen and their election, because having to sheath in to heal yourself is actually a massive DPS loss, so I don't know if it makes up for the damage, and it's also very uncomfortable. Instead we have here Blood Rate 3, which will heal you every time you hit broken parts. Breaking a part usually takes 2 or 3 flinches depending on the monster and the part, so it should be pretty easy with a few ADs on the head. In addition, Power Breaker 3 will help massively. The rest is pretty much the same. We gain some skills like Attack Boost and Marathon Runner from the armor parts. If you replace the Narva legs with Ibushi, you will have instead Guard Up in the build. On the free level 1 slots I put Diversion to increase the monster's attention to me. Decos used are 1 bolt, 2 bolt plus 2, 2 magazine and 1 diversion. And the maxed out version of this build, I went with a 3 attack, 2 weakness exploit charm, simply because we already had 2 attack boosts from the Malzeno armor piece, and after 4 levels you get a percentage increase, which is really good. Even though playing element, the melee plays a huge role on the fight. Also, in addition, we have weakness exploit 3 now, which will give you some big PP crits on SAD melee hits. Here again you can use the Bushy legs for guard up. I personally went with Narva, so I get the 5% extra affinity from Narva Soul deco when using it. But that depends again on your matchup. If you want the 10% boost from anti-aerial or anti-aquatic, it should be quite better. Decos used here are 2 magazine, 1 tenderizer, 3 bolt, 1 bolt plus 2, 1 guardian and 1 diversion. That was it again, and so there is only fire and water remaining to cover. Comment down below if you want to have also creative builds covered like sleep or poison and vampire builds, because you can do such crazy build combinations in Sunbreak, it's insane. That's why I mostly like Sunbreak, because I'm a big fan of just making builds more than playing the actual game. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and sub so you don't miss any future content. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting, guys. Don't forget to join Cat Gang.